Ben Zinn here for nextlevelguitar.com. Thank you all for joining me today. Today we have an inspired by lesson by a great 70s, 60s icon, timeless music, great tune from the 70s that we were inspired by today. So we're going to take a look at how we can introduce some of the approaches into our guitar playing. Hey everyone, if you would like a free video lesson and a coinciding ebook that is not available on YouTube, I want you to take a look at the link down below. Click on the link in the YouTube text box. What happens if you do that? Well, we're going to send you that free video lesson, that free coinciding ebook with all kinds of chord diagrams, good stuff that you need in your everyday playing, and we're going to send that to you all for free from nextlevelguitar.com. Click on that link and we'll continue on. So as I often like to do, I drew some inspiration from a different instrument for today's lesson. All of these ideas I was inspired by listening to a piano performance and just really interesting ways that we can approach chords in a unique way. The main piece of what I was doing was basically going back and forth between this E major chord and this A major chord. We'll notice that this chord originates from that full bar chord, but I'm only playing the inside 4 strings. So just starting with those 2 chords, what I was basically doing was splitting up the registers of the chord into the high section and the low section. I was attacking the higher part of the chord first and then alternating it with the bass note of the chord. This would be one way that you could do that. And I move to my next chord. Very much like a piano player might play this. There I'm doing 2 notes followed by the root note. I could move to 3 and strum 3. Now I should note that you can do this, I did this in the intro, fingerstyle. This just now I was playing it with the pick. It all depends on your personal preference, but sometimes fingers on the strings sound good as well. Gives it kind of a mellower sound. So those are my 2 chords I was starting to alternate between, and then I went to some different chords. This is the other thing that I was inspired by with this song, is that the bass note moves in such a nice way on the piano. So I started out with a C sharp minor chord, and I did something a little different. I'm playing an E chord here, but I'm putting a B note in the bass. Normally we'd play this chord here, but instead I put a different note of the chord as the lowest note in my voicing. Okay, then I went to, this would actually be an F sharp 7, but I'm putting A sharp in the bass. And the reason that I like the way this sounds is because we get this nice descending movement in our chords, starting from C sharp. Back to a B, into a B7. So really nice sort of turnaround to set me back up for my first part. As I get comfortable with that, I can add in a little bit of movement within the chords, maybe start to play some fills. Half step lower in our bass. half step lower, G sharp in the bass of our E chord. So we're still thinking this chord, but now I'm just putting this note on the low end. So backing up a little bit, C sharp, F sharp 7, A, E, G sharp in the bass. Here we have a B chord with F sharp in the bass. Really like the way that sounds because we have our bass notes doing this. After I've set up that movement in my chord progression, now I'm free to start exploring some fills within that basic framework. So coming back to our first setup here. It's a nice little quick run that just kind of connects our chords. Strumming that chord and adding a different tone to the higher register can be really effective. Just a way to switch it up, you know? Maybe that sets you up going into your descending tag. Back up here. We're inspired by another instrument's approach to playing some chord changes, and simply doing that kind of opens some new doors, I think, for us in our guitar playing. I hope this lesson gives you some inspiration, as it did for me in bringing it to you. Take some of these ideas and try experimenting with them in your own playing. That's what these Inspired by lessons are all about. Taking some ideas, seeing how we can rework them and do something new with them. Everybody head over to the website, nextlevelguitar.com. We're adding new content all the time. We just added a bunch of new lessons, and we're up over 1,450 video lessons. Nowhere else are you going to find a resource like that. No matter what you're into, whatever style you're into, whatever skill level you're at, we have a curriculum there for you. So head over to nextlevelguitar.com, continue on with your guitar journey, and I thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.